What would you call this one? I asked the tiny figure, bundled in a pink parka and white leggings, who was eating a lollipop by my side. She took a moment to thoughtfully consider the dangerously elegant great white shark cruising in the aquarium and then looked up at me. "This is a spew," emphasizing the name with the gliding motion of her right hand. I couldn't help laughing. My 6-year-old niece deserved the Nobel Prize for naming animals. I considered the different names I had heard since the onset of our expedition. I had promised her parents and her that I would take her on a fun trip once I could find time from work. However, the opportunity presented itself a long 6 months later, and I decided that we would make it a whole day of educative fun. After a long day doing the rounds and taking a fair number of rides, we agreed to close off the day at Oceania, a vast underwater aquarium that also boasted a seascape. There, I invented the Adam game and invited my niece to give a unique name to any of the creatures we saw. Of the strange names I'd heard, Pancake for a ray and Whirly Whirly for an octopus were contenders for the top spot. But a spew! Wow, that went straight to number 1. A spew! How did you come by that? I chuckled down at her. It's a spew! And then, her arm representing a glider and spinning on one leg, it just goes spew! That cracked me up some more, and I laughed until I had tears in my eyes. I looked down at her and there she was, a quizzical scrunch on her face. "Why are you crying?" Oh, that did it. I laughed so much that I could barely hold on to my now confused niece. "I'm fine, dear heart. I'm just fine," I managed. She adjusted her small palm in mine and began to swing my arm as we continued the tour.
"Uncle King?"
"Yep." "Who are these two?" she said, pointing at a pair of goldfish in a glass bowl. I smiled. "Cute, aren't they? Those are goldfish." "Why are they here?" "Huh? In the bowl." "Oh, I got it. Well, if they are over there," I motioned toward the seascape, "they will be in constant danger, and old spew might just gobble them up." We both gazed at the goldfish for some moments before I added, "They are safe here. See how calm they are?" She agreed with a small frown. "Indifferent to the fish's plight," I remarked. "They have to be. They have no worries." She nodded at my remark as she continued observing the calmly swimming fishes. A minute passed, then 2, so I gently swung her arm and called, "Justine!" She sighed, took a step back, and then, in a somber half-whisper, "They look so sad," she said. "Sad?" I queried, leaning forward to peer intently at the unconcerned swimmers. "Why do you think they are sad?" I asked. "Because they are not free." I was shocked. Where did that come from? What did a 6-year-old know about freedom? "Oh, okay. But they have everything they need." "If they have everything they need, why do they continue to search?" How does one explain to a 6-year-old that it is in the nature of all living organisms to strive and search? Sighing and looking down at her, "Sweetheart, trust me, the fish have all that they need, and they are fine." She looked up at me then, and I will never forget the sad look she had on her face as she said, "You are not a fish, Uncle King. You really don't know." Startled, I looked at my niece and saw a beautiful soul in a 6-year-old's body. "You are right, Justine. You are right," I said, as I picked her up, and we both observed the occupants of the fishbowl. I couldn't help but wonder at the acuity displayed by my niece. She had made the complex deduction that safety did not equate to freedom. Also, she had, in the most profound way, communicated that we had no right to enslave these creatures for whatever reasons we devised to justify our rapacious inhumanity. I briefly imagined a scenario where humans were caged and displayed as part of a menagerie, probably by extraterrestrial beings or giants. But I quickly discarded the distasteful thought. The depredations of the Holocaust and the atrocities committed by Caucasians against indigenous tribes and Africans during the slave trade era, pre-Civil War America, and the colonial era were still fresh in my memories. I scowled at the fish. Were they truly sad? I mean, one of them did look like its mouth was downturned. Was that par for the course? Well, life goes on. I whispered to them, "I'm sorry." And then I adjusted Justine's weight in my arms, turned, and strolled off to see another sight. Behind us, the goldfish continued in their circuit, as indifferent about us as nature's indifference to humanity. This story teaches us that even the small moments can carry powerful reflections, and wisdom can come from innocence when viewed with an open heart. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.